been nearly 3 months since Minnesota United has earned at least a point on the road this year. That happened on May 7th in a 2-2 draw with Ottawa at TD Place. So Minnesota will look to tonight's starting 11 to get things going in the right direction when they are away from the National Sports Center. Here now are Summit Brewing Company's starting lineups. Since taking over the number 10 spot, J.C. Banks has really excelled in getting the ball forward and even collected his first goal last week.
Yeah, when he took over this role 3 weeks ago, Chris, he's just stepped up and he's done very well in that position. And he capped it up with a great goal last week, which almost told Carl Craig that the position is his. He gets past Ramirez, he makes space, he runs, pulls defenders around, which opens up space for other teammates coming up late.
When starting an expansion team, you need veteran leadership. Now in Marcina brought in a veteran he knows and trusts, Billy Forbes, to provide that leadership.
Yeah, Billy Forbes always seems to play well against Minnesota. He always, in the lineup, he's always doing well. He works really hard. He got the game winner in midweek against the Rowdies, so he's on form right now, but he works hard and he runs at people. Defenders hate people that run at him, and he does that very well, and every time he's against Minnesota, he's always doing well, so they're going to have to keep his eye on him tonight because he will be a danger.
Jack Blake on the corner for Minnesota. In-swinger. Headed out by Kimura. Forbes trying to control. Taken away by Banks. Now Cruz. Good ball into Ramirez. Lays it off. Calvano bending shot. Kimura. Velasquez gets the attention of 3 Minnesota defenders. Velasquez through. Finley trying to pull the trigger. Finley puts that wide.
Ramirez was expecting him to flick it on back to his own goalkeeper, but he saw Ramirez head down, chasing towards him, so he brought it under control with his chest and made it look easy.
Velasquez against Davis. Velasquez to his right. Sayus makes the save. Calvano goes off of Forbes. Off the chest to Ramirez. Banks turns. J.C. Banks out to Cruz. Lowe is to his right. Damian Lowe keeps it on the ground. Rather a shot on goal, and Fernandez is forced to make the save.
He almost caught the keeper cheating off his line there. Everyone is expecting to pull this ball back to Ramirez, but he takes a look here and almost shoots on goal here. And Fernandez was almost leaning towards his right there. He just got back.
Blake at the corner flag. Ramirez tries the side volley, goes right back to Blake though. Played in again. Loose ball. Coleman has a poke at it, and it's cleared out by Rayo. Davis. Jome. He knocks it in. Blake, left footer, up and over.
J.C. Banks is looking good tonight because he's got a really good first touch so far, 2 or 3 times. I'd like to see him get a hold of that ball a little bit more.
Ball read well by Forbes. Billy Forbes. Cutting to his left. That trickles just wide. Good effort by Billy Forbes.
Yeah, we talked about in the opening his power, the way the ball's played in there. That wasn't just floated in there, it was drilled in. Once again, it was movement. Sayers did really well to get his fist on that.
Ramirez. Plays it off for Jome. Through for Banks, onside. Fernandez makes the save. Jack Blake on the set piece for Ramirez. Davis in front of the Rayo bench. Little chip in, looking for a flick on from Ramirez, but Danso was there defensively.
See, Cruz and Jome have changed back over again. Maybe they were just caught out of position. That's why they were filling in those areas.
Banks again from distance. We saw him score from just about that distance out last week. Tried his luck again here tonight.
Why not? He's running on goal here, 20, 25 yards out. You know he can do it. Just got to get that ball on target, dip right in front of him again, just like last week. Decent effort from J.C. Banks.
Strong header from Coleman. Banks with skill finds Blake. 35 yards out for Blake. big goes Seus, up and over Sandoval. There's the whistle from the referee to end this first half of play. The score through 45 minutes, Rayo 0, Minnesota 0.
Tonight they look a little weary, probably good for Minnesota, so Minnesota has to try and take advantage of that if it is the case.
Ottawa is victorious at home over the Tampa Bay Rowdies by a score of 2-0. Milan Roberts with a goal for the Fury. And Fort Lauderdale victorious over Jacksonville 1-0 in the final game at Lockhart Stadium.
Great run by Hernandez here, slips it through Calvano's legs here, just leaning back a little bit, trying to get the ball too hard. Just make sure you get it on target, at least make the goalkeeper safe.
It's Michel. Flick on, off of Seus and in! And Rayo takes the lead, an hour in. Footy Danso, the goal scorer.
Yeah, it was a free kick that shouldn't have happened. Chris Spies pushes him in the back intentionally. You know how dangerous it is. A couple of deflections here. Brovsky might have got the first one, but Danso gets the final one as it gets flicked into the corner, giving Seus no chance here. Brovsky might have got that first touch, but it does get deflected the second time. Redirection catches Seus by surprise.
Mora. Now Boateng. Out to Forbes. Finley in the middle. Tracking back is Calvano. Finley still in possession. Michel. Not as much on it. And scooped up by Seus. Ibsen. Out to Cruz. Headed back by Davis. And in, and Justin Davis from an impossible angle levels this game at 1.
All he does is score. Justin Davis here. Looks like a hopeful ball into the box here. Justin Davis goes up, wins that ball, gets enough air on it to get over the top of Fernandez and into the far part of the net. But it gets Minnesota one-on-one. You're going to ask him after the game, did he mean it? Of course he did. Just a wonderful header to finish off a great move by Minnesota to tie this game up 1-1.
12 appearances for NYCFC last year. Here's a cross in for Finley, and that goes up and over. Daniel Mendez now into the game for Minnesota. Good switch to Joan. Good first touch by the first-year player. Fernandez disrupts that cross. Davis, the goal scorer. Ibsen. Ramirez! Off the post and in stoppage time of the second half. Christian Ramirez puts Minnesota ahead.
It was only a matter of time before Ramirez was going to get a chance once again. Ibsen coming on and making that pass for Ramirez. Great run, gets it with his left foot, didn't catch all of it, just enough to get in the corner there, but a tremendous build-up for this goal. It must have been 20-25 passes for Minnesota. Ball comes into Ibsen. We talked about Ibsen when he came on. Would he be able to unlock this defense? And absolutely he can. Tremendous through ball and a great finish by Minnesota.
Just seconds later, Rayo gets the equalizer. Footy Danso.
Talk about it time and time again, Chris. Look at the space he has there. He's got 20 yards to play that ball. You can't allow that ball to be coming in there and nobody opposing him. It's a free header, It's a 40, 50-yard ball, but Minnesota fell asleep there again. They've got to push forward and not allow that ball to come in uncontested. We see it a lot of times last season it happened, and once again it happened again. Less than a minute after Ramirez looked like he scored the winning goal, Minnesota sits back and allow that ball to be played in.
And there's the final whistle. Minnesota United, in nearly 3 months, gets their first points on the road as they finish 2-2 tonight with Rayo.